Hello Pisces, how are you doing? This is your April tarot. This is for Pisces rising, but you can watch for any other Pisces placement if you wish. Happy Sunday fun day as I film today. And we are in Aries season right now. And let's look at the stars, shall we, before we get into the tarot cards. Because Pisces rising, there is like so much in your first house right now. The first house is the house of personality, health, your body, all that jazz. And we've got Saturn there. He's been there for yonks. We've got, especially today, Saturn is exactly conjunct Venus, who is retrograde of Pisces at 25 degrees. And we've got the North Node there, conjunct both of them. And conjunct all of that, we've got Mercury in Pisces, Mercury in its fall in the sign of Pisces. And I think like officially Mercury will be stationing direct like Tuesday-ish, around that time next week. But like my question to you Pisces is like, how are you? How is the first house stuff going for you? How has it been going? Because we've got Saturn there, Venus there in her joy and exaltation, or her exaltation rather. So there's like this very like serious Saturnian stuff that's been there for ages, and then we've got Venus in her Disneyland sign, I should say, making your personality so Venusian and kind of fantastical and full of all the pleasant vibes. And then we have Mercury there in its fall and retrograde for quite some time as well, conjunct Venus, I should say too. It's a bit of a wild mix, a bit of a cocktail, and the North Node is there as well, so like maybe there's been such a huge personality acceleration for a lot of Pisces risings, or an acceleration of the self, or even like learning a lot about how to ritualize for the self and take care of the self, or just think more seriously about like your health, your body, your clothes, your accessories, and even things that you want to start, like you want to start something, like I don't know, maybe you're an artist or a crafter or something, and it's like with Venus being here too, you are like finally getting serious about that Etsy or beauty business or beauty shop or boutique, or like I don't know, something you want to do as a one-woman business, a one-man business, you know, that it has to do with beauty or art or aesthetics or nice things. There's so much that can be going on for you Pisces risings. Let me know in the comments how things have been like thus far. But Aries season, that's where we are right now today, is your second house season. And the sun is there right now in his exaltation. So you've got Venus exalted in your first house, and Aries, the sun being exalted in Aries in your second house. Money, spending, and also things like diet, nutrition, and all the effort that you put into things, investments. I think especially once mid to late April comes, when we get into Taurus season, it's going to be, for a lot of Pisces risings, about investing and spending on your siblings, on your friends. And so there can be a lot of like, the chaos for Pisces starts to calm down, simmer down, and you get into the Taurian vibes, which is a really nice vibe for Pisces because Taurus sextiles the sign of Pisces, and so there can be more of a calm, serene, or beautiful type of vibe come mid to late April. Sorry, I just had a lot of dark chocolate and I'm feeling hiccupy. Do you like dark chocolate? I love it. I have it like occasionally, like 85% plus. It has to be quite high for me in the percentage. But anyway, you know, good healthy food, right? Anyway, Pisces, yeah, Aries, second house season right now. Your money, maybe you're spending a lot, maybe you have a lot of impulsive spending going on, especially with Venus here and Mercury here retrograde in your first house right now. Like a lot of spending on stuff for yourself. I'm thinking like buying loads of clothes, splashing out on surgery, or splashing out on something that you've been thinking seriously a lot about as well, because Saturn's been for so long in your first house. So even though some spending for some of you might be impulsive, it's more like you were waiting for the moment to take the dive or to snatch the thing, to provide for, to acquire something that you've actually been thinking or considering or reflecting a lot on. So that's nice. But let's get some cards for you, shall we, Pisces, and for your April, like more specifically. Okay, your core card, Page of Pentacles. Spendy, spendy. Investy, investy. This is also the Bambi card. But yeah, really right now you are in this Page of Pentacles vibe of not just spending, but also wanting to like support and help a lot of people, especially, oh, okay, these cards coming out as well, especially like your friends, neighbors, siblings, all that third house stuff, and people like around you, you know, if you live like in a flat share or something like that, like just wanting to help your flatmates, being a good flatmate. And you know, sometimes Pisces risings can be like more like escapist or avoidant, but now maybe in Aries season and into Taurus season, you're like feeling more splashy, like, you know, just want to help or want to get more stuck in or involved. And we have coming out together the 10 of Wands and the Empress. Very nice, fulfilled Taurus season kind of messages here. And the 10 of Wands it really reminds me of that lyric from one of the Unthanks' songs, where she's like, I've got all my wands to choose from. And that really is what this is, especially coming out with the Empress. There's abundance here, Pisces. And you've been feeling like this for a while with Venus having transited your sign. She went into Aries for a bit and then she retrograded back into your first house. So there's been for a while now this Venusian sort of like oozing of your personality and exaltation of your personality, or just feeling like in a Disney mode for a while, and like it's abundance, it's splendor. It's kind of giving like these vibes of the Ace of Cups in the tarot, which is just one cup and there's just all this water, like splendid. Like, let me see, actually, Pisces, getting distracted here. Mercury in Pisces, 1 second. I want to show you in the Wild Unknown card the Ace of Cups. Here it is. Don't ask me why. It's just what came to me right now, but I feel like you will love this card, those who haven't seen it especially, but some people will be familiar with it. Let me try to, oh, there we go. Can you see the splendor of this cup, the colors? I think it's just such a beautiful, gorgeous design, and the colors I love. And this is kind of the image, the vibe or part of the image I was having for you. And we have Cancer coming through, the Chariot here. So maybe for some of you, there is like a significant Cancer, or it could be more just like about the Chariot, sort of archetypal energies of direction or feeling more in control. But I'm connecting this to like your personality, like you're feeling on top in terms of personality and like aura and that type of stuff. And this could even have to do with like love, yes, because Pisces, for you, Cancer is in the 5th house. This is the house of love and romance and fun times. It's the joy of Venus, the 5th house. And we have Mars there right now, so there could be a lot of like, you know, schmexual dominance going on, schmexual assertion going on for a lot of Pisces risings right now. You could really be in this mode of like just dating around, sleeping around, or feeling just like that the romance is overflowing. Or has been very recently, you know, like I'm thinking like anniversary type vibes, or even like honeymoon type vibes, or culminations of the fun Venusian kind. So I like this. Yeah, the Page of Pentacles is your core energy, Pisces. Pentacles, yeah, being like money, things, advice. This card fell on the floor. Oh, Three of Swords. Money, things, advice. So as I said advice, this card was what came out, the Three of Swords. Okay, so this is what a lot of you are giving. It's that Pentacles thing, which is stability and advice, practical stuff. I'm very interested, and I feel like a lot of you can be pulling this out of the air because Mercury is in Pisces, the said fall of Pisces, where things just, things that have to be communicated come seemingly out of nowhere, but it's never out of nowhere, right, Pisces? But like, you're like plucking these things out of the air, out of your experience and your wisdom, and you're like giving them to people as a way for them to heal their own hurts, especially romantic hurts, to get over breakups, to deal with things they can't communicate or get off their chest right now. You know, we're in Aries season right now, and it's a season of bravery, so it is Aries season, and you might be helping people a lot with that. So I like that. And you know, this is, I often call the Page of Pentacles the Bambi card. So it can be like you're helping people walk in some sense, Pisces, in terms of like, yeah, getting over breakups, or like dealing with fights they've had maybe. Especially as we get into like mid-late April, this could be siblings as well. Like you're helping your siblings communicate with each other. You could be like some kind of peace broker, Pisces. Or this could be like friends as well, with the third house energies. And you're wanting to like, yeah, just offer like a light kind of support, not imposing or like dictative, but like just light and suggestive, as the page cards often are. And we have the Queen of Swords, another Swords card coming out. And yeah, this is helping people arrive at this regal Queen of Swords type of energy. And you know what? We have a full moon coming up. Let me tell you the date. I feel like I'm pulling a lot from around me for you in this reading. Sunday, the 13th of April, we have a full moon in Libra, and also Venus stations to go direct at 24 degrees of your sign, Pisces. So if for some of you Pisces risings you've been stuck in loopy land of Venus and Pisces, the what did I call her in Pisces in another reading? I think I said like the fantasy sea, under the sea fantasy, or something like that. Anyway, if you've been really stuck there in a more negative or unproductive way, when Venus goes direct in your sign, Pisces, with this full moon in Libra, there can be just a reversal of that, basically. So things start to smoothen out for you. And the full moon in Libra, you could be helping someone when this full moon comes about. Maybe you're already kind of feeling, Pisces, that you're gonna have to help like soothe someone soon. It's now the 6th of April, and officially it's the 13th, but with these big lunar events there's always like a build up and a build down, on either side of the date. So you could be, yeah, you're just, and actually the page and queen, they're both looking that way, like towards the future. So I think a lot of you already know, or you're going to know, that there's someone who needs your help with something around this Libra full moon. Queen of Swords is a very Libran card. They need your advice. It might well have to do with, yeah, heartbreak, or someone just needs that Piscean compassion, empathy, you know? And a full moon in Libra in Aries season can definitely be about like conflicts that have to do with the self versus compromising with others, the self versus commitments, abandonment versus like negotiation. So you might be this kind of light-hearted peace broker or offerer of something. Especially, I think it's advice that you're giving, Pisces. Like maybe for some, it's actual money or items, but I think for most of you, you're giving advice around this full moon in Libra. Interesting. And you know, Pisces, I don't know if you know, or if you've heard me say this before, but the moon is the secret ruler of Pisces. In the tarot, the moon card is a Piscean card. It's also a Cancerian card, but it's a Piscean card too. And I think there's a lot that you feel and share in common with the Cancerians when it comes to the moon. And so I think this full moon for you is very significant in terms of you helping someone else. Or multiple people, you know. If you're like a nurse, or you work in hospitality, something like that, Pisces. There's like a lot of people that you're helping. 7 of Cups. Okay. I'm not going to say anything yet. But yeah, maybe there's a lot of... The 7 of Cups is often like a confusion card, so it is said. But like, in terms of like, feeling of what your mission is, feeling of what you feel your personal individual contribution to something can be, I feel like part of the advice you're giving is more to do with that other side of the 7 of Cups, which is like the choice. And some of you are helping this person, these people, make better choices or choose the right person or make the right choice when it comes to a relationship they're in. But others of you will be doing that other thing when it comes to the 7 of Cups, which is like just reminding people that they don't have to make any choice, or that choosing nobody in a situation is also a choice. And that can be like the kind of eureka moment or the really excellent nugget of advice that you are providing someone or more people with this Page of Pentacles, which helps them walk through the fallout maybe of their full moon experience, or helps them be able to get off on the right foot or put the best foot forward when it comes to Aries season and into Taurus season, which is the season of everything solidifying in the beginning. So it's like you're helping someone make sure they put the right feet forward, because that's going to set the tone for how they walk. It's going to set the rhythm even of how they walk. Good Samaritan vibes. Pisces. Yeah, okay, 3 cards coming out. 4 cards even, excuse me. Oh, all right. We've got the High Priestess. More of this energy of like, you don't have to do anything. That's often the message that comes through with the High Priestess, like things are going to work out in like a mysterious yes way, or like unknown yes way, but they're going to work out. There's like this sense of angels or ancestors protecting the person or people that you're dealing with. And the 7 of Swords coming through, there's that jump from 3 to the 7 with the Emperor and the Ace of Wands. I just get from these 4 cards like you're going to be there's a lot of cases, I think. Let's look at the bottom of the deck. Oh wow, you know what, I got this card for today for my own personal daily tarot reading. It's the Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords even. We've got 2 aces. This is what it is, Pisces. I think a lot of you are going to be helping someone realize you're gonna be helping a lot of people with breakups. I have to say, breakups and getting over type situations and overcoming things mentally and being independent, and also being able to run away with, like literally run away. Some of these people are running away from, you know, in some cases this might be like domestic abuse, this might be like toxic codependencies, something like that, that you're helping someone like literally run away from. And also there's this, with the Emperor and Ace of Wands kind of coming through, there's also this edge of you're doing it, you're showing them that they have to do this because there's a lot of like manifesting promise for them in terms of the things that they can actually manifest, create for themselves and initiate for themselves. Yes, it can have to do with personality, like them becoming more independent, but also it can have to do even with business and stuff that they want to or should be focusing on, especially with this Ace of Swords, which is like the Ace of Wands, to do with promise, but here it's like promise that is associated with you have the right idea, you're on the right track, but you have to stay like laser focused. You have to see it through to the end. Or this can also be about like helping someone get to that space of crystal clear communication, or sending the very like critical message, or saying the critical thing they have to say. And that is what leads to, you see this is crown on the sword, it's like that's what leads to this overcoming or conquering of this situation that they're in. And there's a lot of swords here, and the full moon in Libra, swords, air, there's a lot of that in your reading. But overall, Pisces, I see this kind of being like you've got a friend in need type of month for you. Let me know in the comments if you already know, because I feel like a lot of Pisces risings, they already have this inkling of like what's going on for some friend or sibling or like neighbor, and you already can anticipate what's going to happen around the full moon. But anyway, let me know, and I shall see you in the next one. I love you very much, Pisces. Bye bye.